Hello, amazing watercolor artists. I am practicing plein air painting today because we are going on a big national parks vacation in about a month and a half, and I want to be prepared. So, have you ever found the perfect painting location only to struggle with a bulky easel setup? Today, I'm sharing my experience with Kraft Geek inspired plein air easel and why it may be one of the most portable painting solutions I have found for watercolor artists. All right, so unboxing this was super easy. It is a very compact and lightweight easel that weighs only about 3.8 pounds and folds down small enough to fit into my backpack that I use for plein air. And that means less time carrying equipment and more time painting for me. Setup is super simple. You fold out the sides, and in just a second I will show you how it works. But oh my gosh, you guys, this is a game changer for me. So you pop out the back side first and just make it really easy, and then you pop up the middle, the two other sides. And because it's brand new, I was being very delicate with it. You do not have to be delicate with it. The second time I did this, it took like less than a minute. But there's locks on it, and you have to unlock it by twisting the legs going left, and then you lock it by turning it right so it stays sturdy. Okay, so once you extend the sides and pull out the anchor, you can adjust the height and you're ready to paint in less than a minute. For artists who enjoy painting on location, that quick setup can make a huge difference. One feature I really appreciate is the adjustable height, whether you prefer to sit while painting or stand up and work from your shoulder. This easel adjusts to fit your style. The legs can even be adjusted independently, which is incredibly helpful when you're painting on uneven ground outdoors. This easel was originally designed with canvas artists in mind, but watercolor artists can absolutely use it too. I like attaching a watercolor board or watercolor that's taped onto an artboard, or a watercolor block. You do want your block to be at least 15 inches long to accommodate for the easel. What you're seeing me do right now is I am taping my paper to the artboard, and this is just 140-pound cold press watercolor paper, and I am using the edge of the paper to match up to the edge of the tape, and so the watercolor paper is just taped on by the edges of the tape and not the full board, if that makes sense. And in here is just all the things that I need. It's actually really light, which I like because I'm going to be camping a lot and I need it to be light. So here's my easel, right? And I just open it like this. It's such easy setup. I can make it this small if I wanted to. I think I will probably make it bigger, but I could make it this small if I wanted to. But I have my brushes. I got my brush case, which I'll set right here. I have my sketchbook that I use for my nature journaling. And then I have my palettes. There's my mission palette. And I will just hold it. There's a little thumb thing right here, so I'll just hold it like this and just paint just like that. That's how I plan on painting. Or I have my smaller travel palette that I love, that I already have some of my favorite brushes in. Geek easel setup. I love how compact it is and how user-friendly it is. So it has a little hook, perfect for my water tin, which I was hopeful for. I was really happy to see that there was this little hook right there. You could also probably put another hook down, and I've seen artists have a bungee cord where they just hook their brushes right here. But then I'm just holding my palette as a part of my hand, right? And I really like that. I'm gonna get a wash on. Here's my scene. I like the trees in the foreground. When I saw this, the sun was shining right on the trees. Of course, it's partly cloudy, so I'll get sunshine intermittently. Sky going. And I do love lavender in my sky, and it's not going to be very much lavender. And then I'm going to get some of this ultramarine blue in my sky, and that's going to be perfect. And then while I'm doing that, I'm also going to get some phthalo turquoise just right in there. And then this is my undersea green. That's going to go right here. That's going to be the start of the trees. And I'm going to get some yellow ochre in as well. I don't know how much yellow ochre I'll need, but there we go. All right. And I always like to start with the sky first, but since I have a green mix on my brush, I'm just going to go ahead and start putting green on. And I'm not paying attention to my lines quite yet because this is just a wash. But what I do want is to get color on the paper. All right, so that feels about good. And now I'm going to go with my blue. And I'm going to start at the top and work my way down. I'm just going to add some of this ultramarine. And it's going to go right into this tree line. And I have to work fast because it's windy-ish, which I wondered how this was going to do with the wind, and it's totally fine, which means it's built really well. So I'm happy about that. It's okay if I get a little bit of green in my sky at the moment. It'll dry. I won't even notice. Okay, there's my wash. I gotta let it dry. Okay, so I finished it, and the easel was perfect. I loved how I could get really, really close. I didn't have a tray that was like long and blocking me, so I really love that. I love that there's this clip right up here. You can kind of see it right here, so it didn't move. I really like that. That was really nice. The weather was perfect, and there was a couple of people that came to kind of watch me and ask me questions, and that's always fun. So all in all, it was a great painting day. I highly recommend getting out and painting. So, is the Kraft Geek Plein Air easel worth it? If you're a watercolor artist looking for something lightweight, portable, easy to set up, and sturdy enough for outdoor painting, I think it's definitely worth considering. It's especially great for artists who want a simple plein air setup without hauling around a heavy French easel or a large pochade box. I'd love to hear from you. Do you paint outdoors? What easel or setup do you currently use? Leave a comment below and let's talk watercolor. And if you enjoy this review, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you'll never miss a watercolor tutorial, review, or creative inspiration from me. Happy painting, and check out Kraft Geek. Thanks so much for watching.